Hey guys, I'm Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and today we are going to make this beautiful, beautiful card. Um, it uses white DSP that I have turned into real red. So it's really pretty, and I hope that you join me. Thank you for being here. If you're brand new, I have hundreds of videos, and they're all kind of like this one today. So I hope you enjoy them. And if you come every week, I really appreciate it. And just please hit the like and the subscribe. I've been waiting to try to get my numbers up, and that really helps me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and flip you down. Just want it to be straight. Okay, so once again, here is the card that we're making. And I have it a little closer so you can't see the whole thing, but it's I think 16.5 inches long, but when you fold it up, it fits into an envelope. So I hope that you enjoy this, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, so at first we are going to need, and it will take, an entire piece of 8.5 by 11, except for a 1/2 inch. So we're going to go ahead and fold this here. And I might be changing it once I'm done folding it. It all depends on how it comes together. So we just need to burnish these. All right. And then I am going, let's see, we'll put the 1/2 inch back. Okay. And then one of the, okay, that's the back. So there we go. I am doing, so this is 5.5 by 8. And this one is 5.5 by 8.5. And oh, I just got some water on that. How did I do that? Oh, well, hopefully it'll dry. Maybe I need to get another piece. Let's just wait and see. I'm going to try to move you a little closer to my edge, because that will make it to where I stay in the frame, because for some odd reason, I have a hard time if it is too far up. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to grab another piece, and we're going to do this again just to be on the safe side. Okay, sorry about that. I just don't want to have it not be good, because I'm going to be giving this away if you leave a comment, and I don't want to have you have one that's got a stain on it. All right, so we have 5.5 by 8.5, and then we are going to score it at 4, 4.25, and 8. Right? Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I am right. No, I was wrong. Okay, so it's 4 and 8. Ha! Good thing I looked. Okay, 4, and then I'm just going to do a 1/2 inch. Well, let's 1/2 inch right here. That makes it much easier to do it on the side. Okay, now we've got it. So, and then I'm going to show you which card, the stamp sets I'm using. Okay, so let's grab those. I am using the Inspiring Imperfections, and it does have an Asian feel, so I thought let's just make this an Asian card. And then for some of the sentiments, I'm using more messages, but this one I have cut them apart. And then I have the little template here that shows me what shapes we have in this die. But I really wanted to be able to use them on their own. Now I do have this whole stamp set as a whole. So if I wanted to stamp them all and then use the die, I could. But this way I can use it however I want. It's not that expensive, so it's nice. Okay, so I'm going to get my glue, And I have found, I don't know why, but glue works best for this because the tape kind of pulls and the glue does not. It is stuck. Even undo will not undo the glue. Okay, so we are going to just line this up. And like I said, this is going to, I might be folding it a different way, but for now we're just going to do this. I'm going to set it aside to dry, and we're going to pull out of my envelope here all the stuff that we need. And I wanted to start with this beautiful, I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. DSP. And that's pretty just like it is. But I wanted to make it red because I think that would look, black and red are my all-time faves. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get my Real Red ink pad and a blending brush. And we'll start. I always try to take off a little bit because that's really splotchy. And then it doesn't really matter on this one if I did that or not, because we're going to saturate this DSP. I mean, already look at that, how beautiful that is. We're going to flip it. And whoops. The lights are shining on here and I can't see if there's any spots. There we go. And today is going to be one of the days where I'm saying that I had a good time because my hands will be all stained, but it'll be worth it. Okay, so I don't know if you're new, I offer the PDFs for every card I do here on my YouTube channel. So if you signed up for my newsletter now, you would get this one and whatever I do from here on out. But I just send it out to whoever's on my newsletter. So you need to go over to my blog and sign up for that. And let me give you the address. Let me close this real quick and get this out of the way. But the where you can go is teddybearstamping.com. So that way I can send you the PDFs whenever they're ready. And I got a little bit of red ink on here from my brush. Okay, so now what you can do with this, because it is on top of the gold, you can go over it with a paper towel. I have this old towel that I use, so I just use that to wipe off my hands or whatever I need. All right, so I just wiped that off, and I think this should be dry. So what you need to do is that this goes like this, and then it goes to the back. So when you have it, this is how it will look. It's like a Z fold, but it's more like an M or a W. And depending on which side you're looking at. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the To the Point label. And I am going to, I don't know that you can see, but I have two little black marks there. That's going to help me make this straight every time. So you want to put it to the black marks and then make sure that it's even on these two sides. And once you get the first one, it's going to be easy. So we have that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it so that so it all lines up when it's closed. So it looks normal, or like lined up, I guess is the word. And I just line that up, go to the next one. Then I'm going to do the same thing, line it up. And it's not cutting through two of them because you have it where it's just lining up to the one before. If you tried to do a lot, you would not be able to because it's hard to punch. Okay, so I think I might have got it off a little bit because those lines aren't matching. So we might have to go back and just add. Let's see how it looks. That's not bad. Okay. Okay, so that is how you make the base. And like I said, it folds like that. We have 4 pieces of black that I am going to put on each one. And they should line up and still be off of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my glue because it's faster. I might have to get another one depending. But let's see. I think that I might have to cut this just a little because I went in a little deeper than I usually do. Let's see how it is on the others. This one's a little bit better. All right. So, no, I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to bring it down because all my paper goes with it. I have it all cut and ready to go, so this won't be so long. Normally I do a live, but Pat's got company and she cannot be here to help moderate. And I did have a scary thing happen where a man got on here and started saying very suggestive things. And I don't want a repeat of that. So I didn't have a moderator at that time, and I did kick him out and banned him, but I don't want to take chances and have that happen again. So when she can't be here, I just do a video and we just do how we can. And hopefully you girls or people, if men are here watching, hello. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this and not be bothered by anybody coming in and making posts that are not okay. So, but normally I offer these, whatever I do, I offer it free, to send it to one of my watchers. So I am not going to be here next week. So I'm giving you 2 weeks from today to put a comment here. And then on the 7th, I think it is, I could be wrong. It's the Thursday in August. So if you comment on this, I will do a drawing on who can get this card. So you definitely want to comment because this is a pretty cool card. All right, so now we have that. And my hand's got glue on it. Okay, so now for the first and the last, or not the first and yeah, it is the first and the last. I have the metallic gold that is, this is, as you can see, it is so pretty, but it is very bright when you see it under the lights. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on the first and the last panel. And like I said, all the dimensions will be on the PDF. And you know what? This is the wrong size. No wonder why it stopped working. Let me see if I got everything wrong. Okay. We're going to trim this by a little bit. And I know it's going to make my trimmer a little off, but we are going to trim it by 1/4 inch. And we're going to see how this does. Oh, I'm going to have to wash this after, but we're okay. I say that all the time. Okay. As you can tell, it's a little sticky now. Okay. So let's see how this goes. This is not as well. In fact, I need to trim it. No, I think it's okay. We'll see. I will offer this and the one that I did get right. You will get the good one. Goodness. Okay. Because normally I have the same amount going on each side. Okay, so we have that. Then we have black that's going to go next on these two. It's this one and this one. And I do want to, I think, cut this down some. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm going to cut it down by 1/8 of an inch on one side. See, this is what happens when you think you're ready and you're not. Sticky. Okay, I did want the gold to show up more, so this is going to be okay. And then we might have to cut the paper that I already did. Just the DSP that I colored. And we'll check it before I put ink on it. That sounds like a really good plan. Or not ink, but adhesive. Sounds like a great plan. Okay. So this goes on the first and the last panel. Like I said, red and black. Stunning together. All right, now let's check these. Now I know that this is not the right size because I have to cut 1/2 inch off of each end to go on the other side, or like on these two, but that was the plan already. So I'm going to put both of these in and cut off 1/2 inch. But this is so much easier to color when you don't, like this would get, when you put the brush across, if it was this small, it would bunch it up. So that's why I did it. It makes it much easier. All right, so let's see. Now I think I want to trim a little bit off the edges. We'll bring that trimmer back up. I'm just going to do 1/8 of an inch and see how that looks. And sticky. Okay, and since they're all the same, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this on, and then on the last panel. So all the panels, 2 of them are exactly the same, and the other 2 are pretty much the same with a little bit of deviation, but so pretty. So make sure you leave me a note so you can get this in the mail, in your mailbox. And I have mailed them out of the country. So wherever you live, we're good to go. All right, so that's the 2 on the edges. Now we're going to add, let me get my thing here, 2 reds to the black because they're so pretty. And yes, you are right. Or I am right. We're going to trim this down by, I think, 1/4 inch. Let's see how that looks before we move on. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. So now the PDF will have the correct measurements on it. All right. Now we have the white, which I am going to once again make sure it's the right size. And this should be where, yep, I am going to measure this 3 1/4. So we're going to do this at 3. And yes, my trimmer, I make it do extra duty because I cut two layers at once because I don't like to have to throw it in there twice. All right. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, but I don't want to put them on yet because one of them I need to stamp, and you know that if you're stamping, you should stamp before you adhere, so just in case we have to turn it over, we will still be okay. So let's move this out of the way for a second. Bring this in. I am going to do happy birthday, and I think that is from the more messages. And hopefully this is, and let me show you something real quick. Because if you don't cut it straight, sometimes they don't cut straight. So it's good to bring in something with lines and then try, let me stand up to see if you can line it up, and then you'll know which way to put. Well, that's kind of at an angle. Okay, so that's pretty straight. So we're going to go ahead and stamp it. You just got to be careful not to rock it too much. Okay, so we have happy birthday. I'm going to put that aside and come into my thing here. So I have my 2 blacks that I am going to put these on. And I think I should be able to use my tape for this because it's just one strip. But this kind of makes it all come together when you do it this way. Oh, so pretty. Okay, and then let's do the other one since we're going to do both. So really, this isn't a hard card at all. Oh, and I forgot to mention, today and tomorrow is free shipping. So over any order that is $75, and that is a really good deal. So you want to make sure you take advantage of that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this onto the other white that I have because we want it all to go together. All right, so let's bring in my one here, and we're going to put the happy birthday in the last one. Well, not the last one, but the last open one. Look at how beautiful this is, you guys. Oh, I was so tickled. Now, I did a form of this for my besties, and my besties class, I always work very hard on making sure that I bring in the newest techniques and fun ways of doing it. So if you guys are interested at all, also on my blog is the Besties Club information, and you get like 20 some dollars worth of product plus everything's cut and you get a PDF with it and everything. All right, so I'm going to put this aside again, bring out my little strip here, and we're going to do lots of love on that. Okay, that's not too bad. And I'm just going to trim the edges at an angle. And put it aside just for now. So I'm going to put that right there. Then I'm coming in with, and I will need my, hold on one second. I don't want to put that down where it'll get messed up. Okay. Let's take this off and turn it upside down so it's not so distracting. Okay, so you're going to need your embossing toolkit, and that comes with the embossing buddy, the tray that holds your powders, a brush that's very handy, and I've got something on there. Oh, you know what I did earlier? This is what this is. I was getting ready to put my video on, and I'm drinking my lunch, which is a shake, which I do every day for the last years. I have a shake every day because I'm not a big lunch person. But I picked up the thing to put my plug in my camera, and the end went right into my shake. I don't know what I didn't even notice until I was looking over, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's not where it's supposed to go. All right, so you want to make sure when you do this embossing buddy, you do a lot to where it like leaves residue onto whatever you're doing, because to me that makes it to where no powder, none of the embossing powder will stick anywhere but on what you want it to. So then we use Versamark, and I'm doing the base from the kit or from the stamp set. And I am just going to put this in the middle. And I am rocking it. Normally I tell you not to rock it, but I want to make sure it gets on there really well. And this is when we want to pour on. Now, where did I put my thing? Well, we're going to pour on my tray that I just dried out. Where did I put it? Oh, it's down here on the floor. Duh. That's not good. Okay. Sprinkle on your embossing powder, and sometimes even with that, it does not stick very well. So you know what? I'm just going to brush it all off, and we're going to do it one more time just to make sure. It does not matter. It could have been because I waited or I didn't rock it good enough. But you can tell that it gets very liberal on there because it leaves a cloud. Okay. All right, let's see if we can do it better this time. Oh, much better. You definitely want to get it good, because the next step, we're going to need it to be where it's the right way. All right. Doesn't matter that it's crooked because we're going to die cut it. I'm going to go ahead and heat set this until it's shiny. Okay, so you definitely, I probably should have used this. It got a little warm, but I was just trying to get her done. All right, there is one little corner here I didn't get because my fingers were in the way. Let me reheat that just to make sure that corner gets done. Okay, that's better. All right, I want to make sure it's cool because it will kind of smudge it if it's not cool. But once it's cool, you've got it down. All right, putting my embossing buddy back. Okay, so we're going to come in with our brush that we used before. Okay, and just go over this. And this is like embossed resist. the same with the DSP, that it kind of resisted on the gold part. Okay, and this is why you want this, so it kind of shimmers and shines it up. Okay, let's move this. Okay, isn't that pretty? I'm going to bring in my mini machine. So I'm going to look in my camera, because that's going to show me if I got it right, since I can't get right on top of it. Okay, now if I can get it up without, nope. I am going to stand up, and I'm going to use my removable tape. I post it to hold it in place because that kind of helps. Let's get this set up. I have red fingers. Hold it in place and run it through. Sorry, it shakes the video. Shouldn't, but it does. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of that to make it pop out. And that is going to go right. Whoop. I was like, that doesn't look long enough. Right here. And we are almost done. We'll have one more sentiment to do. Okay. And I want it to look like this is a table. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And then that lots of love that we did earlier, we're going to put minis on the two ends and then have the middle be flat. Now, I don't know who I'm going to send my original to. My sister's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Meg. But she doesn't watch my videos. Oh, that one's now good. Okay, hold on. It got stuck on my finger. So, and I didn't send her a card because I've been so busy trying to get all this done. So I was like, okay. I've got my Christmas card class that I'm getting ready. My besties class for August is already done. So I try to stay on top of everything. Okay, so we're going to put that right here. Isn't that pretty? All right, so we have one more thing to do, and then we are done. Let me get my card out here. And we are going to put, and this is from the stamp set, there is beauty in your history. Now, I think that's pertinent because your history is your life. So I thought that kind of goes with happy birthday. Okay, let's see if I can get this straight because it's not on here very straight. And I have more here if it's not. Oh, that's good. Phew. Okay, so I'm going to make this into a flag, and the best way I can kind of do is you go in to the middle, and then you go from the corner to the tip of where you ended your cut. Okay, and then come in from the other side and do the same. See, it makes a little flag. And hopefully, if you did it right, see, that's kind of off. Oh, let's see if I can. It was just a little bit off. So we're going to see. I've never done this where I've messed it up before. Only on video though, right? Okay, that's good. All right. I don't know why I always act so surprised when it comes out okay. You guys probably are too after watching me, right? It just, you never know if I'm going to get it right or mess it up. Okay, I'm just going to put some dimensionals on here. And this is going to go on the first one. And this is what they're going to see first when they open the card. I'll put this here. It's so pretty. Okay, so now what comes with this suite is these flower accents. I mean, they don't have like sparkle, but boy, are they pretty. Let's see if I can, I mean, they are so pretty. So what I'm going to do is get my take your pick tool, and I am going to put one on each end here. And one big one, because you always want to do kind of odd numbers right there. And then I'm going to do 3 more on this here. And they're flat, so it doesn't really matter on this one so much that it won't poke your other side. There. So what do you think? So hopefully you will leave me a comment so that you can get this card. So pretty. And then they put it up. Let's see if I can show you onto their desk. So it looks like this. Now, you could have used ribbon, but I didn't want, I mean, it's already thick because it's pretty long, and this adds thickness here and all the layers, because you know I love layers. So yeah, what do you think? I love it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and I will see you in 2 weeks. I'm not going to be here next week, but I will be here on the first Thursday of August. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.